This tweet just in from President Trump: Iran will be held fully responsible for lives lost or damage incurred at any of our facilities. They will pay a very big price. This is not a warning, it is a threat. Happy New Year. Republican Congressman Adam Kinzinger sits on the House Foreign Relations Committee, and he joins us now. Congressman, thanks for joining us.
You bet.
You know, this provocation, it seems like every single day it ratchets up higher and higher. Iran pushing the envelope, either directly or through proxy. Where are we going to go from here?
Well, this is exactly what Iran does. They're going to push it up to a response, which is why the president's really smart to have responded like he did. I've been frustrated with the lack of response on a couple things, but the president's always made it clear that if you harm Americans, that's going to incur the wrath of the American people. And that's what happened. And I think Iran is going to try to step it up to see if they can not get a response by the United States. And then once they get another response, they'll basically hold there or back down some. Keep in mind, this is not, as John Bolton had tweeted, this is not the Iraqi people by and large. The Iraqi people, in fact, right now are actually protesting against Iranian involvement in Iraq. The people in Lebanon are protesting against the involvement of Iran in Lebanon. Iran is a declining nation right now, especially after we pulled out of the nuclear deal. They're feeling the heat, trying to ratchet up the pressure because I think they're in a really desperate place.
What do they get if President Trump were to overreact, in your opinion? What exactly do they want? Do they want to be seen as victims on the world stage?
It's all of it. I mean, look at the Blame America First crowd that's already, woken up today. Ben Rhodes tweeting this is a result of Trump's foreign policy, which is obviously it's their knee-jerk reaction to blame what America has done. What they want to do is get those Blame America First people out talking. They want to do something with violence or damage and the United States not respond to make us look weak. There's any number of things they want to do, but the big thing is they want to draw America back to the negotiating table to get the old Iran nuclear deal that basically all that ever did was release a bunch of funds to Iran that they didn't use to rebuild roads and bridges, which is why the people in Iran are protesting against the government. They did it to actually do their foreign policy engagements in Lebanon, Syria, and elsewhere.
What role should we play with the uprising that's going on in Iran? Even they admitted, their government admitted a week ago, at how many people just died in recent protests. I was shocked at the number that Iran would admit that. Obviously, it would be much higher than that. And it feels like there were opportunities over the last several years that America could have done something to help the grassroots movement in Iran to push through, because it feels like the people there now are tired of this experiment and would like to go back to some form of democracy.
Yeah, they are. So the Iranian people are actually really good people. They're moderate. A lot of them are secular, but they've been controlled by this iron grip by the Ayatollah and that kind of extremist government. And so in 2009, when they rose up against the government, Barack Obama had an opportunity to just give moral support, lend moral support to them, and he failed to do it. That uprising was crushed. Now this is starting again, not to the level it was in 2009 yet, but the people are standing up and saying we deserve better. What we can do is just lend moral support to this. That makes a huge difference. And I think the president's on the right track with it.
Before I let you go, I got less than a minute. You started out by saying you've been frustrated at times. We have to admit that in the Middle East, President Trump, to a large degree, is between a rock and a hard place. This is really tough. Americans are tired of endless wars, the treasures that we've lost, the lives, the trillions of dollars. It's a real complicated job day in and day out, isn't it?
Yeah, it totally is. And this is where we have to go back as leaders and re-explain what we're doing there. It's not our choice to fight terrorism. That's a terrorist choice. And we either fight them here in the United States or we fight them over there. And that's a situation, whether it's ISIS, whether it's Iran spreading its government everywhere. So it's a difficult decision. I wish we had better choices. We just don't, unfortunately.
Representative Kinzinger, it's always a pleasure. Happy New Year. Thank you.